So, Belle, how did you get into this line of like this profession? Is this some kind of something you've always wanted to do? How did you land on this?
Um, I've always been doing well before got into the more adult side of things. I always liked things like fashion, and I was more into it back then. I was always into like kawaii fashion and things like this. So I basically just took photos of myself, uploaded them on Facebook, and kind of gained like a very, very small following on that. And then
What kind of photos were you uploading?
just just kawaii, like cute little
Okay.
skirts and crop tops and things
Got
like
it.
this. Nothing lewd. And then I started following older girls who were doing lewder things, and I just thought that was really cool at the time. And I was still like young at the time, so obviously I didn't do it. I waited until I was 18, and then 6 months into being 18, I think that's when I was kind of like, this is something that I'm going to do for myself now and just experiment with it and see how it kind of goes. Started a Patreon then, and yeah, just kind of went from there.
You know, you seem to have like such a strategic approach to it. Am I observing that right? Because like you have all these, you're really incredible at like promoting yourself and your brand. I have to say, you're kind of a genius when it comes to that. Is that like, is that intentional? Like, how do you think about all that stuff? Have you always been strategically minded? Like, how ahead of time do you plan these kind of like the bathwater girl and you know,
Yeah.
the mystery boxes are insane, of course, and you know,
Thank you.
the getting in fight or your hamster got stolen. All this. I guess I can ask you about each individually, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, basically what happened was, so when I was 18 and a half and I started doing all this stuff, straight away I thought about it because I had to go into it in a work mind frame, because before that I was babysitting. That's how I was getting my money. And I had one really bad night babysitting, and after that night I was like, I am never
What happened?
babysitting again.
God.
Yeah, I want to know what happened.
Dude, it was
It changed your
so
life.
bad.
Look it was the best night of your life. If you
I'm
think
curious.
About
I had one really bad one too. I'm curious what happened
Yeah.
to you.
So how I got all the people, where they were just all people in my neighborhood, I made little leaflets and I was like, you know, babysitting for £6.50 an hour, and I just handed them out to all my neighbors. And then I got like loads of these neighbors contacting me being like, oh, you know, I'd like you for this day, this day, this day. So eventually it became a job out of the blue. And I had this one regular mum who had 2 kids, and they were very sweet. So I would babysit them for them often. And then I started to realize, I'm trying to think of a nice way to like put it. I think they had autism or Asperger's or something like this. They got quite violent, and I didn't know how to deal with this, right? But I just dealt with it the best I could. And then, so she ordered me for one night. It was meant to be 3 hours. I was like, absolutely fine. Funny story. This was when the exact day Donald Trump was announced that he was president.
Ooh.
So I was watching the elections as this happened. So I was there. 3 hours goes by. She's still not here. That's fine. They always go overtime. Parents always go overtime.
True.
So I was like, that's fine. 4 hours go by, still not here.
Wow.
That's fine. Long story short, she was 16 hours late.
What?
And I was
Holy
the thing is,
shit.
I was expecting her to come back, so I stayed awake this whole time. I was just sitting there, and I was just watching the elections happen, being like, I'm so tired. But the night just got worse and worse, because the kids woke up and they were like bashing like each other and stuff. It was just terrible. It was terrible.
Sounds like a bad acid trip. 16 hours. Good.
It was so bad. And the cheek of it all, right, was when the mum came back, she was like, I'm sorry, I just fell asleep at the place. And usually parents, like, they'll tip like, I don't know, £2 or £3 or something, just to like, because, you know, if you're paying £17, you'll round it up to 20 or something like this. She paid me to the pence. to the pence. And I was just like, I have suffered tonight. I have suffered. And then it was just that on top of other things. I'm not babysitting again. That's it.
That's
I got into nude modeling.
There you go. I mean, it was,